Hello and grand day. I'm Jade Harrell, and this is SLATE, the force behind St. Louis's workforce. Today, we're talking about how people get connected to opportunity in St. Louis and what that looks like right now in real jobs, real training, and real pathways forward. I'm joined by Connie Johnson, Executive Director of SLATE. Connie, so glad to have you with us.
Glad to be here.
So we're
Thank you.
talking real jobs, real time right now, and folks are so unsure about what the job market looks like and where they may find their place. Let's start with the mission of SLATE so they understand how you help.
So SLATE is the city's only official state job center. We
Okay.
are funded by the state of Missouri and the United States Department of Labor. And our goal is to make sure that the youth, dislocated workers, and adults receive the proper training, career training that they need that can transition them into full-time jobs, full-time careers. So that is our mission. That is our mandate in accordance with federal law.
Okay, I love to hear that, especially when we're looking at the region right now, because we're not too sure what are the strongest areas, fastest growing career pathways. Some things are becoming obsolete. You need a new set of skills for work. How do you help navigate those waters when you look at the region right now? Where are things?
It's a balancing act because this new administration has laid out a blueprint for jobs and careers that they believe will help the nation's economy.
Okay.
And some of those big careers are in AI. So people get scared of AI, but somebody still has to put it out there. Somebody has to interpret it. So AI will not replace humans. Somebody has to be on the other side. Technology jobs obviously are important. Healthcare in this region is important. And manufacturing jobs. That is another big component. I believe the Department of Labor recently issued an RFP for a program that will focus on advanced manufacturing. So
Nice.
those are huge
Nice.
jobs.
We've had some growth and development also in our region, and I understand that you all work closely with businesses large and small and organizations. When you say state job agency, these aren't just state run jobs, correct?
Correct. So when I say state jobs, remember if you were ever unemployed and you had to go to the
Yes, I
unemployment
know.
office. Okay. Well, now, everything is online, but there is one component. At SLATE, we have a database called Mo Jobs.
Okay.
And under Mo Jobs, that's where people who have been laid off, who are receiving unemployment, they have to do their job search in order to get their benefits.
Oh.
So we're not the unemployment center, but when they close those physical offices, that's where we kind of stood in. And so we have state employees on site at SLATE. We have 20 civil service employees, and then we have our subrecipient EDSI. They are actually our program people. Those are our case managers.
And EDSI stands for?
Educational Data Systems, Inc.
Okay.
They are headquartered in Michigan, but they have been long partners with SLATE, and we value and appreciate them. So when you come to 1520 Market, Suite 3020, what you will see is a team of individuals, professionals, from city employees, state employees, and our subrecipient. We're working for the common goal. We call ourselves Team SLATE. We will assess what your needs are. If you're eligible for your program, one of our programs under DOL, we'll try to get you enrolled. If you're not, we'll still help you with resume building and work on job search, et cetera. Anything that we can help you with.
So, Connie, are there eligibility requirements or a minimum bar to enter into the programs to qualify?
So for the WIOA programs, yes, there's some income guidelines. But if you come to SLATE as a dislocated worker, someone who's been laid off or they've gotten a notice that they're being laid off, we'll help you with your job search. We'll help you with the resume. We'll help you ace the interview. And we help our doors open to everybody.
Right.
Okay, so there are income guidelines for WIOA, but we also have other
And we owe what?
Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act.
That's right. I learned that on another episode. I like that.
Right.
The innovation part as well.
Right, right. So that's the federal law. And it targets more than there are other populations. They target Native Americans as well.
Okay.
But the whole concept behind it is to equip people with the tools, the skills, and the education that they need to enter into a career path.
Sure.
That's the heart and soul of it. And we help dislocated workers whether or not you apply for the actual program. The key with our program is that we provide supportive services to our enrollees. So if you need transportation assistance,
Right.
if you need clothing assistance because you don't have a wardrobe, or you need utility shoes because you're doing a certain type of job. So we refer to mental health. We have a lot of clients who people are depressed. People, and if you're not right up here and you're not right here, you can't go into work every day and be expected to be a productive individual.
Sure.
So at SLATE, we have to look at the whole person. We have to look at the current set of circumstances and what are the challenges for this particular individual.
Sure.
So it is a very highly individualized approach, whether you qualify for WIOA or not.
Sure, sure. And WIOA specifically is placement, but everything else will be in place to help support and prepare you for placement and or your career goals.
Correct.
Anyway, sure.
Even if someone is not eligible and they said, I need to talk to somebody.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We have a number of mental health partners we can refer, to. So somebody
That's
says,
very real. I'm glad you brought that up. A friend of mine was laid off and went to another company, same industry, and she said she couldn't even open up her laptop. She just, the workplace trauma and having had gone through all that is very real.
it's very real. You go into work one day and thinking everything is fine, and before the end of the day, you got a little note saying you don't come back on Monday.
Sure.
It's very devastating.
Sure.
I would say that fortunately for some of our region employees that are laying folks off, people have gotten a little bit of notice. So it gives them some time. But nonetheless, that's a loss.
Absolutely. Well, you are very partner driven, and I know that's something that you boast as a strength. How does that help better position job seekers by the relationships that you have?
So you mentioned about PhD. Do we help people with degrees? We have MBAs, we have PhDs, we have people coming through with bachelors and all kinds of 4-level and beyond education. They need jobs that are not necessarily entry level. So in order to access those mid-management jobs and some of those management careers, we have to partner with organizations like the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, the Heartland Area Chamber of Commerce, which is the African American Chamber.
That's right.
And now we are also members of the Missouri Chamber of Commerce, because when you sit at the table with all of these corporations, then you're going to have access to a larger pool of jobs.
Sure.
And so that was something that we intentionally did this year, SLATE, in terms of adding those memberships.
Very nice. Well, I've got one last question, and that is for our viewers, and that if they're watching now and they want in, they're ready to get started, what should they do within the next 24 hours?
They can go on the website,
Okay.
go on the St. Louis City page, or you can type SLATE. And I would encourage viewers to look at a calendar of events. We have job fairs and activities that are coming up. We post workshops on our website. So, stay tuned, plug into our website, call, you can make an appointment, or you can just walk through the doors.
All right.
We're here.
Connie, thank you so much, not only for what you do, but for the information you shared with us today.
All right. Thank you for having me. I hope to come back again.
Oh, we will definitely have you back. This is the kind of information that turns uncertainty into a plan. So if you're watching and you're thinking, well, that could be me, take the next step and connect with SLATE. Ask about the career pathways, apprenticeships, and the hiring events, or go on the website and check out that calendar of events and just see what you qualify for. And if you're an employer or community partner, consider what it means to meet talent where they are, because that's how we build a stronger St. Louis. So don't wait. Call SLATE at 314-589-8000 to learn more about career opportunities. I'm Jade Harrell, and this is SLATE, the force behind St. Louis's workforce. We'll see you next time.